Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. I'm back. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. It's real easy to do. If you're watching, subscribe. Go down to where it says subscribe, click it, and you're in there. The little bell next to it, hit it. So when we drop something new, you know about it. Hit a like, hit a dislike. I'd rather the like. If you dislike it, be honest and click it. And drop a comment. I need the comments. We got a pretty good size following. You know, we're almost at 2K. But nobody comments. It's like I'm talking to myself. People think I'm crazy. I don't want to talk to myself. Y'all comment, man. Give me some feedback. You disagree, disagree. If you agree, agree. If you like to add something to something I said, add it. You have that option. That's why you scroll to the bottom where it says comments. Take your fingers, if you got fingers, you know, comment. If you don't got fingers, put a pencil in your mouth and tap the buttons. Do what you gotta do, drop a comment. Anyway, today we're gonna get into starting a business once you get out of prison, jail, starting a business in general. But that's what today is gonna be on. You ready? Okay, let's do this. So you're home. Finally, you're home. They've released you. The bird is out the cage. You're back in the streets. See, a lot of people can come straight out and get a job. And that's because they're gonna work at all costs. Whether that means Mickey D's, that means Walmart, you know, that means being whatever. If you're hungry and you wanna eat, you're gonna find a way to eat. Don't think that you can't have a job because of your past. That's bullshit. A lot of places do hire felons. But then you get to the point that for some people, you can't find a job. So you're like, you know what? I'm gonna work for myself. Cool. Let me give you one of the biggest things that you need to know. You have to have something that the world needs. If you're gonna start a company, you have to have a product to sell. If you were a drug dealer, you had a product to sell. That is the same thing as being a business, when it comes to being a business owner or running a company. People don't buy nothing. You know what I mean? You can't sell air. You have to have something. If it's clothing, construction, restaurant, whatever it is, you have to have something. So the first thing is you have to have a skill set. You have to have a trade. You have to have something you're good at, something the world is willing to purchase. And don't just be good at it, be great at it. Because there's a lot of guys and women that are good at what they do. And then there's people that are great at what they do. And the people that are great at what they do, they have a market. They have something they can sell. Me, I used my time, I wouldn't say all of it, because in the beginning, I told y'all before, I was young, I was a loose cannon. I felt like I had a point to prove, had a lot of anger issues, a lot of depression, emotional, you know, stuff pent up inside. So I didn't utilize the things that prison, you know, had to offer. I'd rather be on the rec yard or be doing this or doing something I should be doing. But then as the years rolled by, I started to mature. And I started to look more towards, all right, I'm here, I'm not going nowhere. How can I make the best of my time? So I sought out my trades. And if you didn't do that while you were in there, that's cool. Don't think that it can't happen out here. There are a lot of places that teach, that offer schooling. And it's not, everybody, oh, I can't afford that, I can't afford that. That might be the case, but there's programs, people that are willing to help you. And at the same time, say you're not the school type of person, do your best. The people you have around you are gonna play a major part in where you go in life. So do your best to surround yourself with guys that work. Try to find guys that are in the trade that you're looking to do. Work up to getting on. And once you get on, you take that shit serious. You grind, you listen, you ask questions, you put in the overtime. Be the first one there, the last one to leave. Be the guy that wants to know more. Make it about more than a paycheck. Make it about the knowledge. Because once you have the knowledge, you now have what you need to start a business. But you have to know it in and out. Everybody's not going to be a boss. That's just the facts of the matter. Some people are great at giving ideas. great at telling you what to do or saying, hey, you should do this or you should do that, but they can't do it themselves. So remember, everybody's not going to be a boss. You might just be a worker. For the guys that want to be a boss, it starts right here. Right here. You have to have a product to sell. For me, I've always worked. I've been in the field since I was young. You know, I've always had an infatuation with money. We grew up really poor, so I knew that if I wanted something, you know, I had to go get it. My mom, she took care of the bills. She made sure we ate. We might not have had the best, but we had it. So if I wanted something outside of what, you know, she could afford, I had to go get it. I remember being 10 years old, true story, and riding around on the back of a garbage truck. Hopping off the back of this garbage truck in this trailer park, picking up cans, dumping them, grabbing bags, throwing it in, and they would give me like $10, $20 a day. I saved that money up all year. And when Christmas time came around, I come up on my mom crying because she didn't know what she was going to do about Christmas. And I shocked her. This is 10. I pulled out this knot of money and I gave it to her. And I said, you make sure my brothers and sisters have Christmas. Don't worry about me. It starts up here. You have to be willing to put in the work. Now that you've got the trade, what do? You can call the treasurer's office in any county, any city, and they'll link you up with the place that issue business license. Whether it be an independent business license, a contractor's license, the license to sell food and beverage, restaurant, whatever it is, they'll link you up. Call the treasurer's office, tell them what you're looking to do. They'll give you the number and the address of where you can go and get the ball rolling. How you speak, how you carry yourself, how you come off to people is going to play a major part in your success. If every other word out your mouth is yo, 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 or yeah, I mean, or, you know, stuff of that caliber, you're not going to make it real far. People with money, they don't like taking risks on people that seem, you know, like loose cannons, or, you know, that could potentially get locked up, or someone that's not, you know, intellectual, someone that doesn't know how to speak. Your first impression, first and foremost, is everything. And then from there, the way you carry yourself is going to determine if people want to deal with you or not. Me, I'm a completely, you know, I'm Jay every day. Same demeanor, same character, same person. But if you were to hear me talk to one of my investors, or one of the guys that I do real estate for, or one of the guys I flip houses for, you'd be like, damn, dude is a chameleon. He changes up. You have to change up. You can't, oh, I'm me, this is me, this is me. That shit's not gonna fly. Ain't no millionaire about to deal with, you know what I mean, little pistol popper, little shank maker, little booty snatcher. Like, ain't nobody trying to deal with that. They want someone that seems intelligent, mature, and knows what the hell they're talking about. Another big key is you have to be able to improvise. If you are the boss, you are the owner, and there is a problem, it is your problem. You don't have nobody to call. So before you jump into something thinking you're Mr. Know-It-All and you can do this and you can do that, make sure you know it all. Because there's going to be times you're going to get stumped. You're going to run into situations that you don't know what to do. That's when being able to improvise comes into play. I'm a great improviser. You can give me a bucket of bolts and I'll build a small engine. Facts. You can hand me scraps and I'll turn it into something. I can take nothing and make something. You have to constantly work. Stay at what you're doing. Don't give up. You know, for the first year I was in business, and my wife will vouch, my family will vouch, the people I have close will vouch. I thought about quitting a million times. There were weeks that I would have to come out of pocket. I would have to dip into my rent to finish off the payroll. And I would come home negative $200. I'd come home with no money. There were weeks I'd come home with $200 and I just paid out $3,000. To the point that everybody in the house is like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, the lights are gonna get cut off. You have to either go get a real job or figure this shit out. I didn't know what I was doing, but I stuck with it. I did my research. I found out what other people were charging, what the going rate was, and what people wanted. And through perseverance, not giving up and pushing forward, I made it. We are now a successful company. JHW Construction Incorporated is doing great. 9 full-time employees, 9 men. 9 men with 9 families. So many kids. Some of these guys help out their parents. And that's because I didn't stop. I did not quit. And like I said, first and foremost, it starts here. What is your business going to be? And you're not most likely going to do what you want to do. You have to do what you know how to do. And if you don't know how to do anything, you don't have anything to offer. So it starts with learning what you want to do. Like I said, I did things, I got trades in prison that I'll probably never use. Serve safe, for the restaurants, as far as knowing the temperatures of things, how to control meats, hold meats, cross-contamination. I took the class for that. Why? Because knowledge is power. Who knows? I didn't particularly plan on getting out and running a restaurant, but there was times I thought of maybe, hey, I'll open a bar. Hey, I'll open a small diner. So I do need this. Always have a backup plan. Don't think that you can, you're too smart to learn something. Shut up and listen. Surround yourself with people that are doing what you're looking to do. That is going to be your biggest key. Then you can watch how they move, how they talk, what they do. Ask them questions. Tell them, hey, I'm not trying to step on your toes, but one day I'd like to work for myself. As far as my guys go, that is my plan. I do not want these men working for me for the rest of their lives, but I know that some will. Not everybody can be a boss. Once you get things to where you're now, starting to run a business, you have to stick to the script. And that's the facts. You have to separate your friendships from business. People say you don't hire family, you don't hire friends. That may be true in some situations. I do. And that's because from 7:30 to 3:30, we are no longer friends. I am your boss and you are an employee. I have fired lifelong friends. I've fired family. I've fired people that I actually like. I'm like, hey, we can get up late in the night and everything's cool, but as far as this goes, this ain't working. You're gonna do things that might make you second guess yourself. I piss my guys. Not just out the blue, but if I have concern or I see something going on, I'm gonna piss my guys. And there's a reason behind that. It only takes one person to destroy everything that you've built. One person can do that. Somebody comes in high, falls out, it's gonna fall on you. If somebody's stumbling around the job site and the people that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, when it comes to money, sees it, it's gonna fall on you. Your workers are a direct reflection of who you are. So rather than accuse somebody, I'm gonna piss them. And secondly, I like to catch things before they get out of control. I've lost family members and friends that work for me that are dear to my heart, to DOC, to the jails, to the prisons. And I did everything I could to try to save them. But the drugs took over. In the long run, things will come up missing. I've had that happen. Stuff gets stolen. I've had people steal from my investors. You know how bad that looks on you? So if you sit back and allow these guys to get high, to do this, to do that, then be ready to deal with what comes along with it in the long term. Because eventually it's going to turn into a pile of shit. And you're going to be standing right on top of it, having to answer. Those guys don't have to answer for it. You do. Change the way you think day to day. If you want to start a business, you need to be invested. You need to constantly have that shit in your mind. Google's your friend. Google it. You can check out the going rates on whether it be carpet installation, sandwiches, t-shirt printing, rim shops. You can check out the going rates. All that stuff is public access. It's right there on the internet for you to check out. What I did was I found out what the going rates were for contractors, and not just regular contractors, but what does an electrician charge? What is the going rate for framing? What is the square footage for flooring? What is the square footage for tile? I found out all these things, and then I came together with a number after doing the math, pricing in, my payroll, my personal pay, company expenses. I priced in all the square footage in. What is it that I can charge to make a good living, but not be the most expensive? People generally don't want to deal with the cheapest person, and they don't want to deal with the most expensive person. With the cheapest person, you don't know what you're getting. With the most expensive person, you're usually paying for a name. Be that guy that falls in the middle, that knows what he's doing, that charges a reasonable price, that does quality work, and that's going to take you very far. I built this from the ground up. We were hammering nails, cutting boards with saws. Now we have all nail guns. Now it's all chop saws, skill saws, table saws, miter saws, rip saws, routers. But we started with what we had. Don't think that you can't do something. They want you to believe that you cannot succeed. And it's in your head that you can't succeed. You can succeed. So let's recap. First and foremost, you need a trade. You need to have that trade. You need to have that trade down packed. You need to know it inside and out. Secondly, you need to know how to improvise. Improvising is everything. When you're the boss, like I said, you have no one to call. Quality work, affordable pricing. Know who you have around you. Don't give up. And the question a lot of people say is, well, you got lucky. How do you find people to do work? Push yourself. Whether it be flyers, whether it be cards, whether you save every damn penny you got, get a billboard. Things aren't as expensive as you think they are. You can get 100 cards made for less than $100. Sometimes you go in the store and you see a bulletin board there with cards on it. Walk up, stick your card on it. Jump on Craigslist, go to jobs. Put together a summary of who you are, what you do, and drop that on Craigslist. And I promise you, in due time, you will hit. Somebody will contact you. Don't be afraid to work. Don't be afraid to work for the next man. Change up who you are. If you want more, do more. Get out there and get it. While everybody else is partying and kicking and doing this and that, be at work. We're going to do a part 2 on this, man. This is the beginning. I want some comments. I want some feedback. And after that, ask me some questions. We're going to do a part 2. I'm going to get you into the business side of it next. What happens once the checks start coming in? How do you do an invoice? How do you do your tax portion of this? How do you do your payroll? How to hire, how to fire, how to find guys, how to find employees in general. How, where to put your tools, how to get a shop or a storage. All these things will be in part 2. I hope that y'all watch this. I hope that somebody sat down and listened to what I had to say, because everything I told y'all, I did. I went through. I'm not just talking out my ass. These are facts, man. And just remember this. Not everybody can be a boss, but everybody can work. Love y'all. Until next time, it's Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. A salute to all my real ones.